Hey everybody, this is Rainbow Reviews, back at you again with another regular review episode. And today I'm reviewing Helluva Boss Season 1, Episode 1, Murder Family. I was really not expecting Vivziepop and her team to come back, and to come back this strong, because, oh my gosh, this was a great episode. I really loved it. Again, did not expect to be making this video, but, with 2020 being as it is, and with animation being the industry's one of their strongest points right now, I'm glad that we get some more animation from some independent creators. And I love Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss. Vivziepop and her team are super talented, and I'm really glad that they were able to make another episode of Helluva Boss. And right out the gate, my initial reaction to this episode, I liked it. It was pretty good. I mean, it had an awesome opening with the hilarious gag of how that demon lady ends up in hell. And I loved it. It was just a great opening sequence. Great for the first episode as well, really establishing the theme. All of our characters, the IMP, they are back and better than ever. They are still amazing, and I love Blitz's lines especially. They're great. The whole episode is basically the IMP being chased by a murder family that they were supposed to take down. And that's a really interesting deviation from the episode structure of the pilot, because the pilot was basically a lot of like cutaway gags, and it was kind of more like, it felt more like an office comedy. This feels a bit more generalized, like in mainstream with a more episodic 13-minute episode structure. And I think I still like it. I really like it. Like I said, I loved the pilot when it first came out. This feels a bit different, but I can still get down with it. Like I said, it's a good premise for the first episode of a series. The opening and the entire establishment of every character's personalities really comes through here, and I'm really glad to see that from this independent team. You can tell that they really understand how an episode like this is supposed to go, and how a Season 1, Episode 1 is supposed to play out. So props to her and her team. Now, my one criticism of this first episode was that the comedy was a bit weaker than the pilot. I just feel like the pilot had more jokes per minute, but that's understandable. I mean, if you think about it, I imagine the pilot got more time in the oven, as people say. It was probably like rewritten a bunch more times than this first episode. But, again, that is definitely understandable. It's just a small criticism of the episode. The ending joke about the police blowing up the guy's house was actually pretty funny and strangely relevant and topical. But, we don't have to get into that stuff. But, like I said, overall, I'm super satisfied with this episode. I realized that this video is probably going to be a lot shorter than normal. I didn't go into too much depth, but I didn't want to give away spoilers because this really is a great first episode of this new series, Helluva Boss. And I cannot wait for episode 2 in probably like a year or more, because we always have to wait long for these things. Helluva Boss, Hazbin Hotel, Primal, you name it. We're waiting forever. Oh yeah, Rick and Morty, another one of them, which, who knows till we see another season of that. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So, in conclusion, I loved Helluva Boss Season 1, Episode 1, A Murder Family. Go support Vivziepop and her team, because they really deserve 10 standing ovations for what they've done in the past couple years with the pilots they've made pretty much independently. That's really inspiring to see. Hazbin Hotel in general was one of my main inspirations to start YouTube, because I really wanted to talk about stuff like this and talk about this team's creations. So, yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this pilot, and I suspect some of you probably haven't even watched any of her stuff, and you really, really should. She's really, taken to her own and really grown a channel on YouTube and beyond. So, yeah, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.